What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Tesla with the ticker symbol TSLA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So, last time I looked at Tesla was last week Thursday, and since then price did continue down lower to the 210, 212 level, and you can see that we saw a nice little reaction from there. That was expected because price was retesting the prior breakout point. So that was a key level because it was prior support, then it turned to resistance. So now it looks like it's acting as support once again. So we met the target. You can see that Tesla did continue down lower to the 210, 212 level. And then just today, we saw a nice follow through rally higher because price was definitely overextended from the EMA. So the EMA is right back over here at the low 240s, and it looks like the price is pulling back up to that level. So it's pulling back up to the 241 level and near that EMA because price was overextended. So I can get rid of this horizontal line right here. It's not really doing much. And it looks like we're just about to close outside of this trend line. I would say, we closed right at it, so we didn't see a push through it yet. We could still find rejection tomorrow and sell off, but that's probably unlikely because we're definitely overextended from the EMA, and it looks like we're coming back up to this breakout point at the 241 level. So right now it looks pretty good for a pullback. We could still see lower prices, and I'll go over the reasons why. So Tesla is in a macro uptrend, and the macro uptrend, I can connect the swings with this channel tool, and you can see that we just bounced off the lower side of the channel. At first I have my channel a little bit shallower, but if I make it steeper, it still fits pretty well against the price action. So let's just say it does look like Tesla did bounce off the channel support. Either way, price was in this downward trend line, so I did not want to say we're going to go up higher until we saw a nice break of it. So it looks like we're seeing a nice break of it. There's a good chance we see continuation for the rest of the week, or at least remainder for at least the next couple of days, because the market is still overextended and there's a good chance we see higher prices. So since we hit the top side of the channel, Tesla worked its way to the bottom side, and now are we going to work our way to the top side once again, like over here? Well, let's see what the price does. This is a very large move down, so it depends on what type of move we see over here. If this is a very strong move out, then I'll be looking for a price target over here. If it's a very small move, like to right back over here, then I'm looking for more downside. So it just depends on what type of move we see right here. It looks promising for bulls because obviously we were still in a bullish uptrend, and this was a correction lower to the opposite side of the channel and to retest that breakout point at the low 210s. So now we're seeing a nice reaction. So what I want to see for Tesla to be really bullish is to get back above the EMA and get back above the 241 level. So that 241 level looks like a strong, not as strong as the 210 level, but it is definitely looking like it could be a potential resistance. So if Tesla comes back up to it like this, then there's a good chance, we'll probably still see lower price targets. But if we can see a push through it and price is able to hold it, that will tell me that we can see another rally higher. So I know probably aggressive traders entered long over here. They're looking for just a pull back to the EMA, but I think the best situation is for price to get back above the EMA and this 241 level, pull back, and then that'll be leading to higher price targets. So this is how I'm looking at Tesla for the bullish case. I don't know what type of impulse we'll get from here, or what type of rally we'll get, how strong it will be. It's looking like it will be the strong version, but it could also still be the weak version where we still see another drop down lower or another attempt to go lower. So this is still bearish because the macro structure or the micro structure is still down. So I can move the trend line and maybe put a channel on here. So it looks like the channel, yeah, probably the trend line, the best fitting tool to use. So depending on type of reaction we get, we can see higher price targets. But if, again, like I said before, if it's weak, meaning we don't see another 7% gain tomorrow, let's just say maybe like 1 or 2%, that's still pretty good. But again, like I said before, we want to see continuation towards the upside. So right now Tesla is looking pretty good. It was a macro uptrend, so that could be influencing the shorter term price action that we're seeing right now and reversing it towards the upside. But this is still a very sharp move down, and a lot of times we get at least another attempt to make another sharp move down, just like we saw in the past over here. So it's not guaranteed, but that's what's looking like Tesla can do. But as of right now, it's still bullish. I think there's a good chance of reaching above the 241 level. If we can get back above the EMA and the 241 level and hold it, something like this, that'd be very bullish for another continuation to the upside. So that's how I'm looking at Tesla as of right now. So it's looking pretty good. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here's the weekly chart for Tesla. We had several consecutive weeks in a row that were down. We're finding nice support off that low 210s because obviously it was strong support. Then it turned to resistance back here in February. Then we blasted right through it back here in June. We pulled back to it and found support. So obviously there's some type of reaction going on at this level, so it's very important. We are in this uptrend. You can see how the uptrend is fitting very, very nicely against the swings. We just hit the top of the uptrend. We go to the bottom. If we hit the bottom of the uptrend, now we can go up to the highs. However, this was a very sharp move down. So depending on what type of bounce we get from this level will tell me if we're going to continue higher or if we're just correcting for another attempt to retest the 210, 212 level, because sometimes we can get like a double test of it, a double bottom, and then continue higher. So I don't think the SPY is done selling off, even though I see a pullback. Same for QQQ. I don't think those markets are done selling off. It looks like they're just pulling back for another leg down lower. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be dragging down Tesla lower also. So I wouldn't get my hopes up until I see confirmation that price does not want to go lower. As right now, I'm not seeing confirmation that price does not want to go lower. We're just pulling back and we can still go lower after. But if we see confirmation, then that'll be a good sign that obviously this uptrend is very strong and the downtrend is not strong enough to send prices lower. So that's how I'm looking at Tesla for this week, Monday. I'll give you guys an update this week, Thursday. And this is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.